Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralise, and today we've got 4 fragrances from Lidl. So in the past I've done some videos on Poundland fragrances, I've done some videos on Aldi fragrances, always looking at the cheaper options for people because I know that not everybody has got the money to spend on fragrances, and they also want to know just how good these products are. And in my Aldi fragrances I've had quite a few comments regarding Lidl products and that I should try them. So managed to pop out the other day, popped into Lidl, didn't even know what to expect, what to look for, and I picked up 4 different fragrances, and they seem to be done by someone called G. Bellini Fragrances. So you've got Hom, you've got X-Bolt, you've got One Fragrance, and you've also got Deep. So you might guess what some of these are already. Now, I've wore these over the last few days. I've been quite impressed with some of them. There's one which is not so much impressed, but I thought I would share my thoughts with them. So the first one we'll look at is the Hom Paris. Now, by the box colouring, you can probably guess what it's going to be based on. So these are 75ml and they're £5.99, which I don't think is bad for 75ml of fragrance. How they produce them for this much, I just do not know. So the box itself, you've got G. Bellini Fragrances on the top, you've got Hom Paris, it's got a little B on there. There's some details on the side, you can see the Lidl badge there, and some more details on the other side, and just some packaging stuff on the bottom. So let's have a look at the bottle. So straight away you look at that and I know what you're all thinking, Dior Sauvage. And that were my thoughts before I tried it, and as soon as I tried it, yes, you are correct, it is a clone of Dior Sauvage. Now I do like the way the dark blue goes into the clear glass at the bottom. It's got a black cap, it's got the Hom Paris, not much going on the bottom, and a few details on the back. The cap is light and plastic, it does click into place, and the atomizer pretty decent. So straight away with this, I mean, I'm not a hater on Dior Sauvage. I think it has its place in the fragrance community. I think many women love the DNA of Dior Sauvage, so understandably that's why a lot of men would want to wear it. It's not something I reach for so much now because I've got so many fragrances, but when I do wear it, the wife really enjoys it. So you're talking citruses, you're talking pepper, you're talking soapy, it's a bit synthetic, it's got like a big ambroxan feel to it. But this, I was expecting it to last a couple of hours and then I wouldn't be able to smell it on me again, but this was projecting for 3 hours plus, and it was lasting. I did a shift at work and I worked 12-hour shifts, so I sprayed it before I went on shift, and when I come off shift I could still smell it on my skin. So you're talking lasting at least 12 hours. I was pleasantly surprised, and it's definitely got that feel of Dior Sauvage in the air. How close it is, I would do a comparison, but all my fragrances are in boxes because I'm moving house, so I couldn't do a comparison, but just from scent memories, it's definitely got the Dior Sauvage feel about it. The EDT, I would say it's closer to than anything, and I really enjoyed wearing it. It was really good, and I think for £5.99, that's an absolute bargain for how long it lasts and the projection on it as well. So that was the first one. So the second one was X-Bolt. Now, I did find some details of this on the internet. There wasn't much going on about it, but I noticed that it said it was a clone of Boss Bottled by Hugo Boss. As you can see by the box, it's a nice silver and grey, and it's the same sort of box as the other one. And then when you look at the bottle, you can see, yeah, it does have a resemblance to Boss Bottled. Now, as soon as I saw that it was like Boss Bottled, my heart sunk a bit, because I'm not a big fan of Boss Bottled. For some reason, I don't know why, I get a really strong rubber smell from it, and I don't like it. And yet, all the ingredients that they say are in it are something which appeals to me, but for some reason, it's giving off this rubber smell, and I just didn't like it. So I wasn't looking forward to wearing this, but I decided to put it on anyway, and I put it on the other arm to the Hom when I started my shift, and I absolutely love this version. I think it's brilliant, I really do. It is Hugo Boss bottled without that rubber note. So the main accords are apple, vanilla, there's a little bit of spice. A lot of people say it's like a warm apple pie, but then you've got the citruses thrown in there as well, the lemon and the lime. So it's really, really enjoyable. And once again, this lasted all day. It was projecting for a good 3 hours. I was getting like projection from one side, from the other side whenever I was doing any work. It's not very often, some might say. And it was lasting 12 hours again. At the end of my shift, I could still smell it. So that is just brilliant. And I need to try and go back to Boss Bottled and smell it again and see if I'm still getting that rubber smell, or whether there was something wrong with the sample that I had, or it's got me thinking now. So, but in the meantime, this is just a brilliant replacement for it. Love it. So on to the next one, and this is called Deep, and it's in a slightly different box. It's a more squared off sort of box. It's 75ml again, EDT again. It's got a similar sort of thing to the other boxes, but just in a different shape. So let's have a look at this. So I saw the name Deep, and the first thing that came to my mind was Bleu de Chanel. Now I've got Bleu de Chanel, and when you look at the bottle, it does give off that vibe. I mean, it is just a blue scent. Now, I love Bleu de Chanel, and this one, so unlike Sauvage, where sometimes I've got to really be in the mood to have it, Bleu de Chanel is something I can reach for anytime, any place. It is one of those sort of fragrances. So it has a lot to live up to. Decent atomizers on these. And so straight away with this, you was getting the Bleu de Chanel. I was right. There was, once again, there was no detail anywhere on the internet about this. Couldn't find anything. Couldn't find anything for the Hom. Couldn't find anything for the one. The only one I could find any details about was X-Bolt. So this definitely gave off a Bleu de Chanel sort of vibe. I think you're probably talking 80-85% sort of ish. It's got citruses in there, it's got mint, it's got a bit of ginger, it's got the incense with a slight spicy and woody feel to it. This didn't last as long as those two that I've previously mentioned. This was 2 hours projection, I would say, and it probably lasted about 8 hours. But once again, for the price point, £5.99, I think it's brilliant performance. If I just bought this one, I'd be very happy with it. But because I've tried the other two and they're even better performance, then it just shows how good they are. But yeah, I'm happy with that one. Another decent one. And another great value. So on to the last one. And this one is called One Fragrance. Now, straight away, I thought, well, is it? Because there's a gold bar on the picture. Is it 1 million? Now, I don't own the original 1 million. I've got all the flankers, but I don't own the original. Mainly because every time I go to the football, I get a whiff of 1 million. The people standing around me, sitting by me, and it's that sort of vibe that I get in all the time. So it doesn't really appeal to me. I guess that I should own it, being a fragrance reviewer, just as a reference point, but it's something that I've never picked up. And this is what the bottle looks like. Another basic design, similar to the Bleu de Chanel one, deep. It does have a slight resemblance to 1 million. Now, my scent memory for 1 million isn't that great. You do get that sweet, slightly spicy bubblegum feel, but I wouldn't say from scent memories that it's that close. But I mean, I could be wrong because it's been a long time since I tried 1 million. But 1 million seemed to be a lot stronger, and there's one thing about this one, out of all 4 of these fragrances, it was the worst performer. It probably projected for 45 minutes to an hour, and then I was having to go in close to smell it. It probably lasted 3 to 4 hours before it completely disappeared off my skin. It might act differently on other people's skin, but that's how it performed on me. So I wasn't a big fan of that one. But anybody that likes 1 million, £5.99 for 75ml, it might well suit you. So those are the 4 fragrances. Let me know in the comments below, have you tried these? Let me know what you think of them. Let me know if they perform similarly on your skin to what they do on my skin. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.